Hello, everybody. Welcome to From the Outer Reaches, a wrestling podcast. I am your host, Daniel, commander of this tag team, of this motley crew we have here. And my tag team partners are
Your boy Zach.
I just want to say it's not a tag team. It's a triple threat.
it's a
Okay.
trios. It's a
And this
trios
is
team.
David.
Cheers.
This isn't just a tag
Hold
team.
on.
I'm not like the random guy on the side going like,
Where's
hey.
where's the Lucha Underground historians? What are they called? There's I think it's
Trios.
just trios. There's your
I mean,
trios.
maybe I'll be your guys' manager. I'll give you
Oh,
that.
here
You
you
guys
go.
can be the tag, and then I'm just the manager in the back. I'll be your Paul Heyman, okay?
It's just David saying we can't say that. I'm like, no, we can.
There was the trios.
But yes, we are here to talk about all things wrestling. Once again, we are still on John Cena watch. Will he cut the promo that we're all waiting for him to cut? We're also on Cody watch, wondering when he will die from this promo. And that's kind of the biggest storyline that's come out so far is just the evolving of this.
Yeah.
I
I
thought there
mean,
was a
it's
bigger storyline you were excited about, Daniel. I know we'll get to it, but yeah.
Yeah.
which one is it? The Roman? Because there's
Oh,
Roman.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Which
Who's
one?
coming to
The
WWE, dude?
boy.
Oh, that one. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know we were going to get to it, but I was just
we
like,
are gonna get
come
into
on.
that. But
I
I
know
think
what
it's
Daniel's more excited about.
yeah. I have to tell people I'm excited for this John Cena thing. So, but I think that's the hard part right now with John Cena is that he's going to be such an overarching story for the
Yeah.
next 4 weeks or whatever we're on.
Oh,
Um,
literally, like it literally kind of overshadows everything. Not that anything else is bad. It's just by the nature of what it is. It's where all the like conversation's gonna go.
yeah. I think this week, looking in hindsight, Raw was better than the SmackDown.
Hmm.
SmackDown was a little sleepy time for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Even though Raw
and
was in the middle of the day, too.
Yeah.
yeah,
I kind of liked it, though. I mean, I'm able to watch at work, so thank
Yeah.
you.
I'm at work and I have athletes who come, like the student athletes who come to say hi to me and stuff, and I'm just like, uh huh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yes,
Yeah.
very well.
What's wrong with your ankle? Okay, I'll check it in a sec. Wait, hold on. And
You
then
want
they'll be,
to you
okay,
want to
we're going to
wrap?
commercial. All
Two
right.
two Advil, two Advil, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, cool. No. But yeah, I do like it being in the middle of the day too. SmackDown wasn't. They went back to
No, it
regular
was at
time.
regular time.
So I think that occurred earlier, and then they just
Just
played the
replayed it.
footage because I think I saw some clips on YouTube
Oh
before it
yeah.
was playing on USA. But I assume
No.
that's like a time slot thing that like USA is like locked in, so your Netflix can kind of like we'll put it on whenever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
That does. Yeah, that does make sense. So there was that, and then we have SmackDown, and then the big thing is our little topic of the day is going to be the Hall of Fame match. So
Hmm.
they're calling them immortal moments.
It's cool.
So it's gonna have its own wing in the WWE Hall of Fame, and so I thought we would get a reaction to it. And if I know that David's a little more newer to the game, maybe if David knows his favorite match that he's seen so far, he can throw that in there. But a match that you think deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and I'll pull up some reactions and what other people have been saying about that as well. To start off, we will talk about some WWE Raw. As always, John Cena lives forever in our heads, rent free. Um, Classic John promo. It was
Yeah,
fun.
it was fun. It
Or
was a good time. I
yeah,
thought it was a little bit more. Was that a little bit more of the intensity you were looking for last week, David?
Yes.
I thought
I
so.
I legitimately I felt a lot better. I still want more, but I at least was like that's what I want.
Yeah, when I was watching it, I was like, oh, I think this is a little bit more what David was
Yeah.
looking for the first time. Yeah.
Cuz I said it last week. It just the tone, how it kind of came off the
Hmm.
first week, it just really kind of felt like people have said wah wah. So this week it felt more same messaging, but just
Yeah.
how it was portrayed and like maybe how he was like
Was a little angrier.
inflecting his voice. Yeah, it just was a little bit more of what I wanted.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It was.
I
Yeah.
like
It was. Yeah. It was a solid promo all the way through.
his evil dastardly plan to retire the WrestleMania title so nobody will ever get it again.
I low key loved that shit. I was like, oh, it's classic. I will just take my ball and I'll go home because I don't like you guys anymore. Like it was just
you can't have it.
you can't have
Nope.
it. No.
None of you deserve to be happy, and I'm gonna make sure that it stays that way.
I did love the I do want to say I love the spinner belt and I still love the spinner
I
belt.
do too.
I think that thing's
You know
awesome.
it's coming back.
Yeah.
He's
Fuck
going to bring that spinner
yeah.
belt back.
Oh, dude, if he wins that, he's out there just spinning it.
Oh, dude, I would change the middle. It wouldn't even be the W. It would be the 17, and
Oh,
then it
that's
just
sick.
spins in the middle. Hell yeah.
I appreciated how he kind of played the like I have studied you guys. I know what you're gonna do. Like I say this, you do that. You know,
Yeah.
like I point out a kid on the internet, you guys bully him. You know, it's
Yeah.
like he's
Yeah, it
like,
was good.
I'm not the bad guy, you
You
are.
are.
It's true. He's not wrong. And I actually found they somebody interviewed him, the little kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he was stoked. He was like, "No, this was so," because everybody's like, "Oh my God, like John Cena called you toxic." Like, and thank God to this child for having like,
The kid's like, screw
A
you,
brain, yeah.
Cena.
thank God this kid has critical thinking skills because he was like, "No, like he's like, I got to be on TV and called out by my hero,
Yeah.
like
It's like, I love you,
who,
John.
yeah, like he's like cool, like I don't fucking care."
Oh, shit. Yeah. Like, oh, John Cena yelled at me. That's like a top 10 life moment. That's,
Just rips Zach a new one, and Zach's like, I
yes.
love you. I love
I love
you.
you.
Oh, honey, no, this honestly, this is probably before the wedding. I'm gonna be honest.
It's like, honestly, it's like SpongeBob. Do you want it to hurt, John?
honestly though. Um, yeah, so I think it's what was I gonna say though? Cody's coming on. I don't know. I'm not. I was thinking about this just because like for some reason this has made me much dislike Cody more than I thought I would. Is Cody really has kind of had since he came back has had his like title runs
Yeah.
kind of handed to him.
Yeah.
He's had the two. He's probably had the two biggest feuds. Like he never had to work up to getting to a big feud. It was
No.
like he immediately came back and got Roman,
Yeah.
and immediately got John Cena.
Yeah.
And like, okay, he wrestled like Kevin and Randy and whatever. But
Yeah.
so Cody was be nice. Okay, so we walked away from that feeling okay,
Yeah.
and I
It
think
wasn't much new ground, but it was still
Yeah,
good.
it was kind of rinse and repeat, but I felt like he came out with a different tune. Because again,
Yeah.
they're reading the internet, so I assume
Yeah.
he got all that feedback, and he's like, "Yeah, maybe I'll make an adjustment."
Yeah.
Not gonna tell them that, but you know what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he has mentioned that his idea of a villain is the opposite of himself. So he is doing that. He's not engaging. He's not trying to like have a fight with Cody. He's like, oh, okay, I'll just take my ball and go home. I don't care
Yeah.
anymore.
Which
Um,
which
yeah,
I again, there wasn't much new ground, but I really did love that facet because it is so like it's so middle school bully. Or just like, oh, it's just like that one kid who just like can't take it. You know what I mean? Like, oh no,
yeah,
oh fuck it, I'll just go home. Like that's what it felt like, and I like that.
like Cartman.
Yeah,
Screw,
no,
screw
no,
you guys.
screw you guys. I'll take my ball and go home. So it just felt, yeah, it felt fun.
I think if they're trying to long term storytell, and I thought of this watching John, um, because John also too, besides him being a villain, he doesn't have to acknowledge Cody. Cody's only
No,
won once. He's like, I've
yeah,
won this 16 times,
yeah,
and I think a seed you could plant right for Cody's eventual heel turn is John not acknowledging Cody.
yeah. I
He's
like
like,
that.
why should I? You're just the baby face. Like you got
One
everything. Why do I
title,
need?
like who
Yeah,
cares?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
step your game up as a rookie numbers, and like that can be like part of John's, and that can kind of drive Cody to be more like aggressive and
yeah,
kind of
I
that kind of.
I think we've talked about it, but I still am worried because John hasn't really gone after Cody on the mic,
no.
and he's only gone after the audience. But
Yeah.
I just
Dun,
Uh,
when every time Cody's come out, it just kind of feels like just whatever. Like he said a few things, but I don't know. I'm worried that John's just going to rip him apart.
I feel like Cody has thrown his best shots out, right? Which is like you're being a bitch,
Yeah,
you're being whiny, and like that's which is like I don't think Cody's promos have been bad,
but
but
John
I
never rebutted them
but
either.
never rebuttaled.
Yeah,
There
and
has not been a rebuttal, and the problem is I can think of things to say in rebuttal. So if I can think of things
you
to
know
say in
John's
rebuttal,
sitting there just like holding it back.
exactly. And I don't think Cody. I think Cody would just double down on the you're a bitch. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I feel like he would just double down on his. He wouldn't come up with a new. Because that is one thing. John Cena's good at coming up with new things to like go after you. I feel like Cody would say his first big shot, and then he would just double down on it, which is
cycle back to Dusty never winning the title.
exactly, yeah. Like
Yeah.
we just okay.
I question for you guys, because kind
Mhm.
of on this same thread line. In the past, when you've got the champs going into WrestleMania, do they wrestle much or no?
No,
Because I was like, is John gonna wrestle? I'm
no,
assuming no. Is Cody
no.
gonna, you know what I mean? Are they just like, but then you look at the other side with Jay and Gunther and they're wrestling every week.
You you might get Cody wrestle
Some random
not
chud number
yeah, some
two.
night
Yeah.
or he might do like a close match or something like that.
Maybe a
G-
fight. They'll do like the brawl or
yeah.
something.
Generally though, you're not going to get a lot of like because I feel like for the story they're telling, they don't need to fight for the story that Jay and
Gunther.
Gunther are telling. You kind of need them to fight because you need Gunther to fight the Chuds because
Mhm.
he's like working his way through them. So like that makes sense. But I don't like it wouldn't make sense for John to wrestle because John's basically saying he wants to wrestle one more time, take his ball and go home. So it wouldn't make sense for him to fight.
Yeah.
And Cody, I think will probably wrestle like a tag team match or something like that, but there's no real reason for him to fight before WrestleMania. So I could see him maybe doing a wrestling match where there's an interference, like either John or The Rock comes out to like make him lose. I could see that happening, but I don't think they'll wrestle very much before Mania.
Yeah, when you have a face, it feels like you want the villain. You want to be either build up the villain,
Hmm.
and have him kind of be like, so he'll come out and save other people,
Yeah,
or if you have a heel, you just have them be more evil
yeah,
to like Gunther.
yeah,
Charlotte's wrestling a lot though, but I think
yeah.
Charlotte has to because of the negative reception to her character.
Hmm.
So she's to build her as a bigger villain. Her and Gunther are wrestling more.
And that's what, yeah,
Yes.
and I see both of them, and I know I brought it up, but they're very similar with like what they do, how they act, how they're a heel, you
He'll
know.
and
Hmm.
I like that archetype. I think at this point, John Cena doesn't really need to beat up on. I think it works for him that he's like, no, I'm going to wrestle one more time. I'm going
I'll
to
see you at
win.
WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll see you at WrestleMania. I'll win and I'll go home. I don't need to wrestle Chud number 5. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't need to do that. So yeah,
Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. I think Cody. I think Cody. All of Cody's promos rely on like good old America.
yeah.
I'm
The
a son
people. I'm
of,
the people's champion.
I'm trying to work hard and yeah,
and it's cool, but it's not a rousing speech to me.
no.
It's just like these, like when he was like, "How could you talk about these lovely people?" Okay,
It it's a very Captain America Superman speech, which is fine. I like it. Like I like that too, but it's not any groundbreaking kind of thing that's make you gonna really root for it. But
we'll see. We
yeah,
got tomorrow. We'll find out.
yeah.
Uh, next match was the Usos versus A Town Down Under. So this was unique, in the sense that Jay was given a mystery partner,
Hmm.
and the world went, "Who could it be?"
It
And
was
the answer, it was Jimmy.
No way.
Holy shit! Uh, it just shows that they're so much better as a tag team.
oh yeah.
It
Like,
would have been funny if it was like Roman that came out with them.
oh fuck,
And I
Damn
don't
it.
think it's a bad thing to be a tag team. Like
I
I
don't
know
think so
people like
either.
yeah, I don't think so either. Like you go down as one of the greatest tag teams of all time. I don't think you really need that. I get wanting a singles push, but like I don't know. They work better as a tag team, like you
like
said,
no,
in my
yeah,
opinion.
like nobody ever talks about the Dudleys. Like, oh boy, Bubba Ray really killed it as
Yeah.
a single. No, like it was the Dudleys.
Yeah, exactly.
And I
You
think
know,
some of my short time, I get the vibe that sometimes the value is in the tag team. One
Hmm.
person could be better, but that's like with any sports team, right? There's
Yeah.
a star, and then there's people that they're doing their job and they do it well, and
Hmm.
it makes a success.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. We'll see kind of where Jay goes. He's probably going to win the title, but I don't know. I didn't see much of his doubles career, but I saw when he was brawling with Roman, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The little bit I
Agree.
watched.
so Jay earned himself another TikTok moment. Um, on so they're wrestling. Usos get it. They pin him. All right. Gunther comes out, come chokes him, takes out Jimmy. and Jay's gonna hit the spear. So you know how he runs across, and so but he wasn't. You know how he kind of goes off the ropes. This one wasn't
Yeah.
off the rope. It was off the other corner. And as he steps, he slips,
Oh, fuck.
and you watch him stumble,
You
and
know
he
that one
kind of
was scripted though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That one, the first one
uh,
wasn't. The second one was scripted. There's no way they could have gotten that vignette so quickly in there. If they
if
did,
it
hey,
was
respect.
Yeah.
so he slips, he stumbles, Gunther jumps on top of him, right?
Yeah.
I do like that at the end though they did play into it, like, hey, dude, you keep making all these mistakes, and like,
Yeah,
well, Gunther keeps beating me. He's in my head. And that leads to also fun fact. That was the first time they've tag team matched in 18 months.
No shit.
It's been a year and a half
oh, because
since
they
the
had their own brawl afterwards, right? The Yeet
yeah,
Yeah.
versus no Yeet.
yeah. So they had the house divided.
No shit. That's what, 18 months?
Yeah,
It was a good match too.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah.
they
That was fun.
they were good. I said, I'm a big Austin Theory guy. I think Austin Theory's good.
Hmm.
I think he just got the classic WWE Vince push, which is that Vince believes he's good, but
He
nobody else
forced
believes
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that. But I like him. I think he can. People I was kind of reading they're suggesting he moves away from WWE for a little bit,
Hmm.
and then does a Cody,
Yeah.
finds himself, comes back. This leads to later a Jimmy confronting Gunther,
Hmm.
and I don't know if you've seen
Dude,
this clip. And so Jimmy and Gunther wrestling. So as of the recording of this, it'll be tomorrow. And Gunther makes a joke. He's like, just don't slip like your brother did. And Jimmy slaps the
dude,
absolute
Oh,
shit out
amazing.
of Gunther.
that's a good slap.
Holy
I could hear it from over here, and it
Hmm.
was in a different country.
Eh.
that there's a part of you though, right? That you get slapped that hard, you kind of go, okay.
I told I told Daniel, I'd rather you punch me than slap me, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like I
More surface area on the
yeah.
slap, and
It's
I
just
don't know.
I don't know. It's just like that state like, oh, there's something about getting slapped where you just want to like instantly just like
Slap back. Oh,
yeah.
it's a fight. Yeah, no, I totally get you. I was like that too. Like even if that was scripted, there's a part
Yeah.
of me that kind of go, okay, I'm gonna get you back somehow.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna give
Gunther
you,
took it too, dude. I was like, whew.
He tanked it. He's a tough guy.
And he
I would have
smiled
cried.
after. I was like, he probably was like, hit me just
Just hit me.
across the face.
yeah. So I'm
That
excited.
that is a nice thing about a slap is you can slap the shit out of someone and have it just be very real, but you're not gonna like kill anyone doing it.
Yeah.
But
If you punch somebody hard enough, yeah. If
yeah, you can.
they're not set, there's all kinds of things you can do.
Yeah,
If you've seen the slap fighting league, I don't know.
that's true.
He slapped the absolute devil out of his ass. Um, cut to Lyra Valkyria and Raquel Rodriguez for the Intercontinental title. Good for I will say
Hmm.
about Valkyria, she's been a working champ.
Dude, she's
Uh,
defended her belt, what, like the last 4 weeks?
Yeah,
they won't stop
stop
coming.
coming.
She wrestled Raquel. Raquel's good. Her problem is that I think Raquel does a lot better in tag teams.
Yeah,
She's your classic big wrestler who needs like a buddy to kind of bounce off of or throw like a Hulk kind of thing.
Well, and I feel like that's what they're doing with Liv and Raquel. They're just kind of making them
yeah.
tag, probably till they can figure out what's happening at Judgment Day and then like what they're gonna do, I would assume.
Can I throw out a controversial opinion?
Uh-oh.
Raquel Rodriguez, I like her, but like I don't get what her thing is. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, no,
Yes. I know
1000%.
exactly what you mean. She's
Like,
just I wrestle.
yeah, like I don't know. Like she has like I
I'm
don't know.
just a
Yeah, I just
dude.
don't know what her thing is, and I feel like she'd be 1,000 times better if she could just find what her gimmick is. Because I legitimately don't know what she's just kind of like been people's hench person, and
She's
that's
just
not
tall
a
and big.
yeah. And even when she's the hench person, she's not like a hench person with a personality. She's just like, no, you're my tall minion, go like.
Go
Fight them.
Pikachu.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like she'd be 1,000, and I feel like that's true for any wrestler. But that would be 1,000 times better if she just had a solid, defined gimmick, or like Liv Morgan, right? She's a mean girl, but like that's still like her personality. Like, I don't know. Like, she just needs something, I think, and that would help elevate her. But
I think so too. No,
yeah,
1000%. I think she suffered. She was like They figured out Liv, and now Raquel's suffering from the Liv problem.
Hmm.
Before this though, before this match, they so the masked luchador's name is El Grande Americano.
They're
Dude,
so,
I
so funny.
loved that promo for him.
So they created this vignette tape. It was Lucha Underground style. I don't know if
Oh
you
hell
saw
yeah.
it,
Oh,
Zach.
so good.
And so
Have you
it's
not seen it, Zach?
No,
Have you
I've
seen it?
seen it. It's
Okay,
fucking
I
okay.
was
great.
like, good.
So yeah, so it's all the little vignettes. Did you see that he's from what is it? The Gulf of America?
Yeah. I was like, this is gonna go well on the internet. I'm
Okay, but it's
Yeah.
funny
excited.
as fuck though.
It is, no.
That's why I thought because that's what he's the evil
Yes.
minion for
Yeah,
the evil luchador. Like that makes sense to me.
He's the American luchador. Come on.
yeah,
And yeah, so the way they're doing like the classic Batman bit. So they're like, so it shows like Ray and them are like, hey, like we think it's Chad, and
yeah.
Chad's like, no, I'm not wrestling tonight. Actually, I'm sick.
I got a cold. Yeah,
Here's the doctor's note. You idiots. I'm excited to see. It's Chad,
yeah,
right? Because I think Chad has a Olympic tattoo, and I've noticed that they've covered it. So
yeah.
his singlet covers where the tattoo is.
I just want it not to be Chad so
I
like
do
I
too.
want it to
That would,
be where okay, maybe he's wrestling all these matches because he want to go with the storyline that is Chad, but I literally want it to be just somebody else. You know, it's like the Scooby Doo, like who's the villain?
No, is
that would be very funny.
Nosferatu.
Oh, it's you. It kind of reminds me. There was this gimmick once where John Cena was like banned from wrestling, but he was like, "No, I love wrestling so much." So literally, he just showed up in a luchador mask, and like and he was wearing like his jorts and his shirt, but he just had a luchador mask on. He's like, "My name is Juan,"
Oh yeah,
What?
and
I've
he was
seen that. I've seen
yeah,
that video.
Juan,
Is
and
it?
they just showed up and like, "No, you're John Cena." He's like, "No, I'm not."
No, I'm not.
There's like a video of like these Mexican dudes, and then out of nowhere he like comes out and goes lucha, and then like runs
Lu-
off. I think or something like
yeah,
that. I was like, yeah, I didn't see that with any context. I was like, is that John? What the fuck?
it is. Oh, it was so great too because he was just pretending that he wasn't. It was so funny,
That's a good bit. They should do
and,
But
that. It was
and he
John
was
Cena's evil twin.
and he was still wearing the hustle, loyalty, and respect.
he should have had it in Spanish.
Here,
That would
wait,
have been
I'm posting a picture. Maybe we can throw it up on there too. But that shit was so funny
big lucha
Oh my
things.
god.
because he's like, "No, it's not." They're like, "No, it's John Cena." He's like, "No, it's not."
There you go. We can say that the purple in our masks is an homage to that John Cena,
There you
That shit
go.
was great.
the Juan. Um,
So, it was a good match though, the
Yeah,
El Grande Americano.
yeah, that was a
I
good
had
match.
a fun time.
yeah.
I also appreciate Chad Gable. I don't know
I
why,
love
but I
Chad. I
just loved
love
how he
Chad.
wrestles.
Yeah.
Chad's great. No, Chad is Chad. Yeah, it's just good. It's just good lucha things.
Hmm.
I will say so. Before this, we did have the signing of the contracts for the women's WWE match with
Hmm.
Io and Bianca. And Rhea came out and was like, "No, I'm in the match." And so what they have done is they are now saying that Io and Rhea have to re-wrestle,
For
and
the belt or
winner
the title.
gets and winner gets to wrestle Bianca at WrestleMania.
Oh shit.
And
And
Okay.
Bianca's the ref. Don't forget, Bianca's the ref.
Bianca's a special guest ref. And I will be honest, if Io does not win,
I'm gonna be angry. I'm gonna
I'll be
riot. I'm
very
gonna
yeah.
jump in front of you, Daniel. I'm gonna riot.
oh, that's foul.
Rhea needs to lose,
Yeah.
and
And
she
I know
needs.
Zach, you've talked about it. Like
No,
that's
she needs to lose because the story for her, it gives her something. It gives her more of a like story arc. It gives her something to go over. So she needs to. No, I fully believe she needs to lose.
she's gonna go over to Japan to figure out how to beat
The
Japanese
Japanese
wrestlers.
wrestlers, yeah, no, like,
Fuck yeah.
She's
like
gonna come
no,
in
it
with the
gives
blue paint in her mouth or whatever and spit
Yeah.
it.
it. Because like Daniel's right, she hasn't had like she has ever since like losing Dom, right, and like resolving that. She hasn't really had a thing other than like just being around, right?
Yeah.
So I think having her lose and then be like, oh, I keep overlooking people, I keep messing up because of my confidence. That's good. Or setting Io up to be like a boogeyman that she has to be is fun, and I feel like that's really good, just character development for her. So I think, and it's huge for Io to win. I think it's, and you could do something kind of like funky with it because Bianca's the special guest ref. So you could have like something a little weird that makes Rhea look strong and losing, but still loses. So I think that's
I
what needs to
I
happen.
feel like they're gonna do the ref gets knocked out for a minute and like Rhea's probably gonna win, quote
Hmm.
unquote, maybe, and then
Yeah, absolutely.
or Bianca doesn't count, what just some
Yeah,
petty
something. Yeah,
whatever.
that's what's gonna happen. Honestly.
I agree. I agree. And again, if Io doesn't win, I'm gonna lose my absolute mind. So
Give her a shot, man.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
I
come
love Io
on.
Sky,
absolutely.
the Empress of the Empress of the Genius of the Sky.
Sky.
Whatever. Also too in the Americano match, they ripped off Dragon Lee's match, which or mask, which I thought was surprising
Yeah, it's just crazy.
I
because
thought
that's
it
a
was a
big,
whoopsie. I was like, uh-oh.
yeah, that's a big no-no. So
Yeah,
I think that's he's like, oh, if I just keep taking your masks off, you lose your
one by
power.
one, you'll be normal wrestlers and you lose your power.
Does
You,
Ray react like that as well? Or since it's like everyone's seen
Yes.
my face?
So yes, but Ray got special permission to put his mask back on. Um, and like
I
Ray always wears it like in public and all kinds of stuff. And he hates when like he won't take pictures with fans if he doesn't have the mask on. So I don't think Ray would, unless he was like retiring and done. I don't think he would take it off again in ring.
yeah, the way it works is that yeah, you take it, the mask is on for life. That's who you are.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
The only way that mask comes off is that character dies.
Yes.
I just sit and I'm like, could you imagine you go to the government? I need to change my name, and will they let you take an ID photo with a mask on?
It's gone.
The answer
Please.
is probably no, but
No.
I'd just love to be like that government employee that's like, sir, I need you to you got to take off your
Smile.
mask.
No, don't smile.
Oh,
Don't smile.
if you ever want to
I
look at like something like you have to look up how like the mask whole federation thing works in Mexico. It's kind of crazy. Like just like what they're expected to do, keep it on, the rules they have to. What happens if you take it off and try to put it back on?
I do know with Ray too, because I did a little bit of research into that, and the New Day government confederation, whatever you want to call them,
Hmm.
is a little more lenient about it.
Yeah.
They were just kind of like,
I
okay,
mean,
like
again, when you go to the government office and they're like, sir, I need to see your face to
Yeah.
confirm your identity. So,
so that was
Yeah.
that was a big way that they were just kind of like, it's not like if you want to be a hardcore traditionalist, you can be, but they're not gonna hold it to you
Yeah.
like in the olden days. So, which is why some people can just kind of take a mask on and off.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Sammy was never like a sanctified luchador per
No.
se, but yeah, Ray's just kind of like, yeah, and like what Zach said, he just keeps it on because it's. I think he realized how much of a mistake that was for his like
Hmm.
image because it really does take the magic away when you find out what they look like.
It does.
Like Lucha Underground. I know we come back to this all the time, but there was a character who had to take his mask off. Remember?
Sweaty fly.
Superfly.
Sweaty
His name was
fly.
Superfly, and I forget what the setup was, but he had to take his mask off, and he did come back, but he was a different character.
Yeah.
The
so
Superfly died.
they can have their mask like it could break in the match, but they can't actually like remove it, right? Isn't
No.
that some type of rule? I thought it was like
So
something like if it like rips and like you can see almost like Spider-Man 2 where like his
yeah,
mask kind of gets
Yes,
ripped and you
that
can see
still
his
counts.
face.
It still counts as having it on.
the
Okay.
true the
It's if they undo the back and
yes,
like rip your mask off.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So like Nacho Libre did have a grain of truth in it. It is pretty like accurate in terms of how the luchadors can carry themselves and stuff like that. Yeah, with Ramses, who passed away, I think a few months ago.
He did.
Oh, damn.
Ramses was not number one. And to end the night, we have a Braun Breaker versus Penta for the IC title, and we also had CM Punk come out. So we have Penta or CM Punk came out
Hmm.
first. He talked about he did his whole bit, nothing really happened, but he did say he was going to be on SmackDown to do the contract signing with Sethi and Roman.
Which is always a sign something bad's gonna happen.
I told Ashton, I was like, there's three things I know for sure in life. One, death, taxes. Whenever there's a contract signing, someone's going through some sort of table.
Every time, like clockwork.
Somebody's getting interrupted, somebody's getting super kicked. Um so what's interesting though is that the match ended in a DQ for Pentagon,
Hmm.
which I think is going to open up a feud with Dominic because Dominic interrupted it.
Oh, that's fun.
which is going to be a great match.
Oh, oh, do we get Dominic Braun Penta at WrestleMania
We might, yeah.
for the IC title?
And then Finn's gonna be angry because he's not in it.
Poor Finn, dude. What
Yeah.
could have been with that? I saw the highlights of his match for the first Universal title that he won, but then had to instantly vacate it. Oh, it still makes me so sad. He could have been the thing. Oh, oh, it makes me sad.
And
Yeah,
that's where I
because
think that Judgment Day is holding him back. If
Yeah.
anything, like if it breaks up like I don't know. I just feel like it's not helping him.
No, I don't think so either. But
um it was yeah. I think yeah, I think it's a tragedy that Finn like he got hurt. That's
yeah,
not really his fault, but
no.
and they just forgot about him like the kings of old.
They buried him with wooded oil.
Which is a tragedy because he's a great wrestler.
Mhm.
Uh, but so that was Raw. We now move to the blue brand, as the kids call it. It was cool. It was an event.
The tag team was good.
There was wrestling. There was good lucha things.
Good lucha things.
Uh, okay. So here's after dealing with how many weeks of European tours? Like 5 or 6
I think we're
weeks,
up to
4.
Yeah,
three or 4, something like that.
I'm tired of these 15, 20 minute intros, dude. I'm
yeah. They take
tired. I'm tired of them cheering for fucking 15, 20 minutes.
they do.
Nobody.
Yeah.
No, what are you gonna say? Go ahead.
I was gonna say I get it because they only get these shows every once in a while, so they want to go for it. But as a viewer, it kind of starts weighing on you a little bit.
Yeah, because you're just sitting there.
Yeah.
And that's where I wonder, like, because I did feel like SmackDown was pre-recorded because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it had already happened because there's no way was it in London was up at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Like,
Yeah.
so I I wonder if they did kind of snip some stuff to try and shorten it a little bit. But yeah, there were some kind of long moments where you're like, okay,
Okay, we gotta
we get it.
like
Because
watching the
they,
Undertaker walk out towards the end of his career, dog, when it was every 25 minutes, just slowly walking and the bells. You're like, I love the Undertaker, but walk a little faster, big dog. I
because yeah, I think they said it was about 10 minutes for Cody. For him just to even say anything, because they want to do that. No, it's not stupid, but they did it. Cody Rhodes, and then Orton came out and they sang Orton's theme for fucking 10 minutes. And okay, I get it,
yeah,
but we're on a time crunch, baby. Let's do this.
let's do it. We got to keep it moving.
So like we haven't heard it. They've been doing this for like 30 fucking years. We haven't not heard Randy's intro. And basically Randy came out. I'm gonna come for you one day, Cody, in a time of my choosing. The classic call out. It was. It was. It was a
I, f-
thing.
I feel like we're going to be saying that a lot about this show.
Yeah, no, this SmackDown was. It was.
Yeah, it was.
Um. Then we had Street Profits and Pretty Deadly, who both of which honestly I would be happy with whoever won in this.
Yeah, that's fun. I like SmackDown tag teams. I think they're fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, I that's what I said. I
Yeah,
thought it was a fun match.
yeah.
and it was. I mean, obviously, it sucks that Pretty Deadly didn't win, but Street Profits just won it, and if you want to legitimize the title, you can't just.
No,
And I
fuck
think
that.
they're hot right now.
Yeah,
Like they kind of came out of nowhere, and then it's like, all right, now we're the champs. So it's like let them carry it for a few weeks, and then evaluate.
yeah.
Next match we had Kaden Carter and Katana Chance versus Alba Fire and Piper Niven.
Oh, we really shook the names in the jar for this one, didn't we?
Well, it was a Secret Service, dude.
Oh
True.
no, they're not the Secret Service. They're called the Secret Hervis.
Oh,
Her.
I didn't see that. I must have misread it. I
Uh,
apologize.
I actually really like that. I think that's fucking funny. That's
Secret Hermes. That's funny.
um classic uh just classic tag
Yeah.
match. Um somebody said that it's funny that both of them are Scottish, I think, or like Irish
Yeah.
or some former European. I think that's why they came out because they're from that that side of the pond. It was
Over by the pond.
it was a match. It wasn't bad. It was just
Yeah,
it was your classic
it
high
was.
level high
Yeah,
level match. Next we had Ellie Knight versus Braun Strowman.
yeah.
Another match. It was.
It existed. It was.
Um, Fatu showed up, interrupted the match. The match ended in DQ. So Strowman won, but because it's by DQ, he doesn't get the title.
Yeah.
Uh, uh,
Yeah, it was,
the big highlight of this is that they confirmed Phoenix for next week.
oh, that is. Oh, I do love Phoenix.
Yeah.
So he
Does
must
he
have.
also go, or is that just
His
Penta?
is
That's only Penta.
he goes like that.
Yeah,
So and so in the when they were the Lucha Bros, what Phoenix would say is animo, which means like with heart
yeah.
essentially. So all of his gear would have like that saying on his like leg
Hmm.
or something like that.
That's cool.
So
I
they
just
were
wonder if, like, because now they're kind of building Gable, Mr.
Hmm.
Americano over there. Maybe all the luchadors kind of unite under one banner.
we
Like
all just
instead of
Imagine.
like why have the LWO and just do something else? I don't know. Make it the Lucha World Order or something.
That'd be fun.
it would be too. So the problem with the LWO is that it's I don't know how to describe it as a brown man. Um,
I'm not a fan of it, but
I'm
that's
not
just my
either.
personal opinion.
As a name, I like it.
Yeah.
The way
Yes.
it looks, the shirts are great, but as a cabal, we're not scary.
No.
One of them isn't even Mexican; he's Filipino.
Who?
It. And it's always
Della Torre or something like that.
Uh,
But yeah, see, you don't even know. You wouldn't even know.
no.
They
And
don't
it's
come out very much. All you see
no.
is Ray and was it Dragon Lee
Yeah.
and what
Joaquin
was
Del Toro, and the other guy,
yeah.
Berto. No,
To m-
something
to
like
me, it's always just kind of felt like we have these Mexican wrestlers and we're not sure what to do with them.
that. Yeah.
Put them in the
Make a lucha
LWO.
group. That's what I
Yeah,
want.
like just make. They've always done this though. They've always been like, well, we'll just. I remember Lucha House Party. Loved those fuckers, dude. But it was called Lucha House Party, and they would come out and they'd have pinatas because they were a house party. And you go, whoa, and they would get like they're having a good time. They would wear like pajamas and their masks. It was fun. But that was Lucha House Party.
Were they the darker skinned pretty deadly group basically?
Essentially, essentially, they were not serious. They would fight in like three-way tag team matches.
See, I'd be down to do, or you could do like we'll call it like a lucha war or something,
Yeah,
where like you kind of get these heel luchas versus like the good guy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I think
Well,
that could be fun because I feel like there's some good talent there.
yeah,
So, and it's like, drawing lines and you could get a good storyline. Like Dom could be in there. You know what I mean? Like you could
yeah.
pull from all these groups that have, we'll
Oh,
call
you
it laughing
definitely
descent
could.
or whatever. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
the fact that Rey Mysterio, I say this as a person from as a Mexican, the fact that Rey Mysterio can speak English has kept him alive
And maybe,
hmm
yeah.
for
yeah,
so fucking like he's 50.
yeah.
How long are we gonna use Ray as the staple for Mexicans? I'm not dissing Ray in any way, shape, or form.
No,
I love Ray, but
they
the wheels are gonna fall off at some point.
and they've tried to replace him as like they've tried to replace him as the Spanish star multiple times. Like so, like Eddie was there, but of course Eddie died. Um, Sin Cara, they really tried with Sin Cara, but good lucha things happened. Um, Alberto Del Rio was huge, but then you know,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, then like, and I think Penta or Phoenix now is
Yeah.
gonna because I think are gonna be because usually whenever they get lucha wrestlers, right, they always put them in tag teams. Always do the LWO thing. You got Penta and you got Phoenix, who are very cool individual wrestlers who can kind of fill that space. And I think two, they have very cool masks. And I think that helps a lot because I feel like some of like sometimes the luchador masks can be pretty like stock. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's hard to get excited about it. But Penta's mask is so cool and unique. It's just instantly gonna sell merch. Same with Phoenix's. It's gonna sell merch. It's gonna be a good for a singles career. So I think they'll get that push.
Maybe. I hope. I think so. And I hope it opens the way for more like
Same.
luchadors to come in. And I know like in Lucha Libre for they wear the white to represent that they're good. Like
Yeah.
that's like a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
But there's a million of them, and there's a few big names that can come out and stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that. Like there's when AEW they have a guy named Bandito, and his is a luchador
Mm.
mask, but half of it is like a bandito like a
Which is cool.
bandana, which is a cool design. But he just wrestles with a bunch of chuds in
I
AEW.
I just want Evil Chavo back from again Lucha Underground, but I want Evil Chavo who's just like, oh, I used to attack women.
And midgets.
Jesus.
Admissions.
Actually, Chavo just wrestled
Oh, did he really?
in TNA.
Oh hell yeah, I love Chavo.
Chavo wrestled with
Oh,
Octagon
but
Junior,
that was fun.
Octagon
Yeah.
Junior, and his mask is literally the opposite of Pentagon's
Yeah.
because
Are they in relation to each other? Or are
They're
they?
they're opposites.
because for every Pentagon there's an Octagon, baby.
But what I'm saying is like, are they related? Like in real
No,
life?
they're arch
No,
nemesises.
yeah, they're not actually blood. So the only two people who are actually blood in this conversation are Phoenix and Pentagon.
Hmm.
But in the lore of Lucha Libre, for every Pentagon Junior or Pentagon that's created, there's an Octagon that exists to offset
Hmm.
the five pointed.
When's he coming to WWE?
I don't know. He
Uh,
wrestled in TNA, which is
yeah,
kind of surprising. But they
There's
were
a
in El
chance they could
Paso.
do a
which is
crossover.
adjacent. Yeah.
They did. That is true. But yeah, that was Chavo's first match in 12 years.
Oh hell yeah. Oh, there's hope.
He looks good for. I can see it. He did his classic when he would kneel and do that in Lucha
Uh,
Underground.
oh yeah.
But yeah, Chavo was our first villain, and he wrestled Sexy Star and punched him in the face, and then he wrestled Mascarita Sagrada, which is a little dwarf wrestler who looks like
Just went after him with a chair.
and like punted him across the ring. I love Mascarita Sagrada
Oh, that dude.
though. We did. I don't remember at what point in this, but we did get a Naomi promo about her coming after Jade at some point, and it was actually really good.
I
That's
think she
good.
might get a singles run.
Uh, that
That's kind
was
of
a
my thought.
good push to get a singles run as a heel because that was good. I think that's
Yeah.
better than anything her brother-in-law Jay has pushed. So
See, but I wonder. Wait, are they? Never mind. Whatever.
she's married to Jimmy.
Yeah.
Got you. I wonder though. Like, is she like she is a heel, but like, is she a full heel? I don't know.
Time will tell.
Because
I
like I
think
sit there, like her reasoning was like, well, I was like trying to help you shine, right? Something like
Hmm.
that to Bianca.
yeah. I mean Naomi
Yeah.
I think said I was an inspiration for you to start wrestling, which is a
Yeah.
crazy thought of how long Naomi's been in the game.
She's been around for a long time.
Uh, but I think because Jade is still I guess is still technically new to
Yeah,
WWE, they're gonna keep her as the face to
I think
be
so.
for a while. So Naomi's gonna be the
But it still could like if there's a world where Bianca wins, you could have almost like the Kevin versus Cody, but it's Naomi versus Bianca, and you could even throw some Jade in. Like maybe somehow Jade gets angry because like Bianca, you're not like
yeah.
putting her in the ground, kind of thing.
Hmm.
Like I'll do it.
That'll be a good match. You could, I mean, if you want to keep that story going, you can have Naomi show up at WrestleMania
Hmm.
and interfere with probably what will probably end up being a three-way match between Io, Bianca, and Rhea.
Yeah.
Um,
Stay at home, Rhea. Just
stay down, last chance. We had Michin versus Charlotte Flair. Uh, I am glad that Michin is getting a bit of a singles push. She's good. I
Yeah.
like her. I
Yeah.
think the women's division needs a little bit more depth. It's cool. Flair won with her old faithful,
Hmm.
and then we had Randy versus McIntyre. It was actually surprisingly quick. Kevin popped out, waved
Oh
it
shit.
to distract Randy, and McIntyre took him out with the Claymore. Um, and surprisingly, that is not the main match of the night. The main match was Jimmy Uso and The Miz.
I love the Miz, dude.
Which is surprising. I think because The Miz is like, no, like it's cool,
Yeah,
like because The Miz is
I'll lose. Yeah,
yeah, The Miz isn't like he's not a villain in like a dastardly kind of way. He's like the guy that tells you like, hey, I think you guys do kind of suck,
yeah,
and then he
and
goes,
But he also
yeah,
like told Cody like, right, take the
yeah,
deal, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but good for good, like I said, shout out to Miz. He's just he. I was showing Ashlyn some of like the Ched stuff but like when Kevin was doing it,
yeah,
and I was like, babe, this is when me and Zach joke about the Chud stuff. This is what we mean. Like Kevin
yeah,
went from this church ballroom with 30 people to WrestleMania. Like
yeah,
who's to say no one can do it, right?
yeah.
And she went, "Oh no, I get it now."
Yeah, no, it's like that. It's inspiration. It's the same thing with the Miz. You know,
Yeah, this is the Miz.
he literally just manifested his entire WWE career. If you didn't know, David, he was in. You remember the MTV show The Real World?
Yes.
He was one of the original people in The Real World. And whenever they would talk to him, he'd go, "No, I'm going to be in the. I want to be a WWE wrestler."
Wow.
Because his name is Mike Mizanin. And he was like, no, I have like this character. I've like workshopped that he'd be the Miz. He'd be like this asshole and he'd
Huh.
be like rich and like that would be his thing. And he like shows that he
Vince
would,
is sitting there watching TV. He's like, "Get me that
did
man."
that. Well, he went on. So he used from being on the Real World. There was a WWE show called Tough Enough, which was a reality show to become a WWE superstar.
Okay.
Well, he went on the Real World and he lost,
Or tough
but
enough, you mean?
he still he got enough kind of like connections in there where they offered him a contract. And then people were dicks to him forever in the locker room. Like there's a story like, oh, who killed his family? What's his face?
Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit kicked the Miz out of the locker room for
God
eating
damn,
chicken,
dude.
and he had to like change outside.
Yeah.
And
Petty.
yeah, no, and the Undertaker one time was like, "Why are you out here?" He was like, "Oh, they won't let me in the locker room." So the Undertaker was like, "No, come on."
I
Like
always
he's,
assume it's like you've got these like upper tier guys that are like, "Why are you guys being children?" Like all the like the middle people trying to
oh
fight to get
yeah,
up there. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
just can we
oh
work
yeah,
together and make a good product?
That
oh yeah,
they have wrestlers court.
yeah,
So if you have an issue with another wrestler, like
You
the
have to
under
go to
it
like
was
a great basically,
yeah,
and they
yeah. So the
judge.
Undertaker was judge, jury, and like ironically not executioner, but like hey, like you give him $20 or something like that. I'm
yeah.
like, what the fuck?
And so from there, The Miz went on to literally do everything. He's won every title. He is Money in the Bank winner. He's held the WWE Championship. He's run, the Royal Rumble. Uh,
24/7 champ.
I don't. Yeah, I think he did. Maybe very
Yeah.
briefly. I'm not sure if
Nice.
he did it or not. But he won every title. He had a reality TV show. He married Maurice, and he had a reality TV show with her. He literally accomplished the dream, and now he just hangs out and he puts people over by losing to them and making them look good.
And playing
Yeah.
a villain.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
does, and for the longest time too, he's done like the most press events because he's a really good like talker. So they send him around to do promos and like do press and stuff. So he's just out there chilling out. And I respect that because
The
he's
only
done
thing I
everything.
know
Yeah,
the only
he's
thing I know about him is he's a big Browns fan. That's about
yeah
it.
he loves the Browns.
Somebody
Good
had to
Um,
guy.
win. Somebody
he,
had to win out of that shit.
and he has one of the best goaded like promos where you weren't sure if he was like serious or not. And that's the one where he yelled
Daniel
at Daniel
Bryanson.
Bryan
Yeah.
because
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan kind of called the way he wrestled cowardly because the Miz is very safe in how he wrestles. Oh, and the Miz loses it and he starts to cry a little bit while he's giving the promo. And it makes you go, oh, I think he's actually, because he's like, no, where are you, Brian? You're hurt and you can't wrestle. And you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Like it's this like it's a very good promo. I'll have to send it. It's a if anyone's never watched you want to watch the Miz on Talking Smack promo. It's very good.
Hmm.
Yeah, he has another good one against Enzo.
Mm,
Enzo More. And I think people said that that was kind of the end of Enzo.
yeah,
He told him that he's such a clown and he takes nothing seriously, and that's why you're never gonna make it. And then everyone, yeah, he's right. And then like
yeah,
forgot about. Enzo, the certified G,
I do kind of love Enzo, though. I'm not gonna lie.
and you can't teach
Each
that.
that.
Um, but so shout out to the moral of the story is that shout out to the Miz,
Yeah.
who lost to Jimmy.
Go Miz. Taking the L's left and right, big dog.
It's the moral of that story. The big Jim.
Really did that whole backstory. Just and he lost.
And he
Loser.
Loser.
no, fuck it. Like I said, but that's I think the moral of that story is that the Miz doesn't give a shit if he loses or not.
Yeah, he's made it. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, he's made fuck you money. And lastly, most importantly, to end the night, we had the big contract signing between the probably the biggest three non-title match. Right? This is the
Yeah.
biggest
Oh
match.
yeah. Oh, this is the biggest one. Yeah.
So,
Non-title.
they said it was the main event. Does that mean it's the last event on Sunday?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Cody is the champion with the belt, and his is not going to be Sunday night.
No, they're gonna be Saturday.
Oh shit.
So
Wait, who's Saturday? Who?
CM Punk.
CM Punk.
They're gonna be
Their
Saturday,
main
and
event.
then
Their main
Cody
event.
So they're main eventing Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that when they were talking the whole time, they were going to be main eventing Sunday, and I was like, damn, Cody
No.
Cena's not even
It's just
main
Cody
event. I
going,
was like,
wait,
damn.
wait.
Woo.
Triple H, wait, what?
What? Hello?
No. I assume even John would be like, hey, no,
Yeah.
we're Sunday night.
Yeah. There's no way that match isn't the
If
final match.
I would say though, if you put a title belt in that three-way, that's the main event. Any
Yeah.
other time of the day.
Yeah.
Put Cody's belt up there, like on a hook, and it's a ladder match.
It was all fight. Yeah, so weird segue. I don't know if anybody knows who Lewis Capaldi is. He's a Scottish singer, and if you look at him, he kind of looks
Yes.
Yes.
like a dumpy Ron Weasley.
He's the one.
Yes,
That's got
I know
Tourette's,
exactly.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He has that really depressing song. It's a beautiful song. He has a beautiful voice.
And he has Tourette's.
Yeah. Oh.
Because I've seen the video of him where he's on stage and he has like I don't know what the right word
episode.
would be, but
He has episodes.
and so the crowd singing, finishing,
that's
like
nice.
continuing the song.
Yeah.
So it's like a really like sweet moment where it's like he comes out of it and he's just like tears because you know
Yeah.
he
Aw.
made it.
Well, he got to shake Drew McIntyre's hand. That's how
I saw
that.
that.
That's
So
how
it made it
that
all
ended.
work.
Yeah. So basically, the setup. That I don't know how much you guys saw it, but yeah, setup is that he like, hey, what's up, McIntyre? We'll get drinks after. And he's like, yeah, we'll go. And I think he's like talking to us. He's talking to the camera, and he's like, no, Damian Priest here, and he opens the door, and Damian Priest is on the other side waiting like the Undertaker. And he goes, oh shit. And then Damian Priest takes him out into the parking lot, beats him up, throws him into a car window.
That's funny.
And in a funny connection, like that like when the show that they kind of live in a full moving world.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, CM Punk's coming for the contract signing," and as he walks up, he passes McIntyre lying on the hood of the car, and he just kind of goes like, "Huh," and keeps walking.
I do appreciate that they're continuing this Damian and Drew
McIntyre. Yeah,
That's
fight.
fun.
that'll probably be a WrestleMania event to end
Yeah.
it, or not to end it, but to end their feud. I mean,
Dude.
Could be a nice like early Sunday maybe.
Mhm.
yeah.
I can see it. Yeah.
So first out comes Roman. Comes out. Everybody throws the ones up.
Maybe a two.
Yeah, you could the devil horns. Then comes Sethi. Sethi comes out, and Sethi begins to appeal. All three of these people have the longest fucking intros,
I do.
and we
It's
had
so
them
long.
all come out. What they did, I think, I don't know if it was. They would. So what they would do is they would go to commercial, but they'd keep it in a bubble, and then the ad
it's like
would-
soccer when they do the like
Yeah.
picture in a picture.
which was smart. I think if you have people, especially
Right.
with how long they are, just just have the commercial going, so we kind of can. Okay, we know they're singing. No.
I love how they get all the love, but at some point it's like, can we just
I don't, Roman takes fucking forever, dude. He walks so slow.
with Paul Heyman
Because
going, "Yes, my
I
lord."
Yeah,
I will say I would like, hey, if you're a champion, you get
Uh,
you get more time. But
yeah.
like, hey, if you ain't carrying a belt,
Let's
let's
walk a
move it
little faster,
along,
dog.
okay?
Oh, it takes him so long, and he walks all slow.
Well, even
pon-
Seth, dude, he's just like,
pondering.
whoa, and I'm like, dude, come on.
I don't mind for like WrestleMania and shit. Like, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
milk the shit out of it, right? It's WrestleMania, but fuck, dude, it's a
It's a
random
contract.
Friday.
It's contract signing.
Yeah,
Everybody's tired.
yeah.
I want everyone to be like John Cena, just full sprint into the ring.
Knees blown out, wearing the knee braces.
If they did it
Just
all in the ring, I wouldn't like, hey, just full sprint into the ring and
yeah.
then, doo-doo. All
Or
right, move on.
do the football practice jog where your feet kind of
Mhm.
drag on the ground, but you're
Yep.
moving faster than the walk, so that like is acceptable.
It just looks like you're running, but really,
You're moving as fast as the walk. Um. So yeah. So and then Seth begins to kind of appeal to like CM Punk. CM Punk is the greatest threat to this nation, to all of us. I did like a little bit of like kind of keeping in character. So they set up the chairs. It was 2-on-1,
yeah,
and Roman moved his chair to be at the head of the table.
that is fun.
It was like little nods and stuff like that. Seth never sat down. He was just pacing back and forth, like CM Punk's gonna come out, and I'm gonna lose my mind, and
Uh,
nobody cares.
I just
Nobody
like how
gives.
CM Punk came out with like 1,000 security.
uh,
They were like all these chuds that are not gonna do anything. I mean, his guitar riff hits right, and I'm like, I have never heard Cult of Personality more times, like in the span of a month, than I
yeah.
have watching wrestling.
Honestly,
Look at my eyes.
Because all we hear is just that. I think at the end, I like look over and Ashton's like humming as she's like cross stitching. She's like, "God damn it!" And I'm like, it won't stop."
It gets in your head. It's
It
like,
does.
gonna be in the workout playlist eventually. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Um. So they sit down. CM Punk begins to read the contract, which is kind of funny
that's
because
kind of a good. That's a good bit, actually.
they're all like, "Just sign it," and he's like, "No, hold on." Yeah, he's like, "Okay,
I just love how Roman's like page 4, dude. Come on.
sign it," and he's like, "No, I gotta read it. I gotta know what's in it." Okay.
It's actually very funny.
And so Paul Heyman comes out and goes, "Oh, I got you your WrestleMania match. It's gonna be," and that's when they announced that it'll be the
Yeah.
main
Main
event.
event.
And he's like, "You've done it," and kisses him like in the old Italian mafia style.
You could tell it was emotional. I felt like he was
Yeah.
Yeah.
honestly like
Well, he's never had one. Yeah.
appreciative. Yeah.
And then they hit him with "You deserve it."
Yeah.
Fair. One
Seth
of the few.
obviously biggest
Mhm.
chant the whole time of you
Yeah.
deserve it.
Seth is screaming into the darkness, going, "No!" His happiness.
He seemed like a kid just going like, no, no, no,
No.
no, no.
Break the pens. He can't sign it if the
He can't
pens are
sign it.
broken. Take it away from him. Um, and so he's, Roman's like, "You're welcome," and he's like, "What do you mean you're welcome?" And he's like, "Well, my wise man got this for you." So Punk takes on one knee and is like, "Thank you." He kind of like rolls his eyes as he's doing it. Um, and then the way they end it, I don't know if you guys saw how it ended. It ends. As it ends, CM Punk goes, "That's great, but this isn't the favor I'm cashing in on."
Oh shit.
And then the episode ends.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually really good. Oh, he's still got his genie wish.
He's holding
He's-
on to it.
God bless Paul, because Paul made this face like it was the greatest betrayal, and then by God, he is not his wish.
It's not his wish. A live sex celebration with Paul.
So I guess the $1 million question is that he got his match, and the prediction was that this is what he was going to do to get his match.
Yeah.
So what's the wish?
I don't know.
He's gonna have Paul Heyman open an OnlyFans.
Oh,
There
it's
you
gonna
go.
be
It's
something.
it's what the
something
people
just
want.
Vile, dude.
All right, Paul, put this in your okay, bud.
It has to do with the match, right?
Has to. Has to be
It's
some sort
gonna
of stipulation or
or a
You think they use it at
betrayal.
WrestleMania,
Yeah.
or maybe something they like
I think
use
Mania.
later?
I think
Yeah.
Mania.
You could argue the wish is like if I win this match, I get the next title shot.
Yeah. That could be. I get you.
I get you. That's what people are saying is that he gets Paul Heyman back.
Yeah, that would be fun actually. And
Like,
then
oh,
Roman's
what?
alone, and then
Yeah.
All
Oh,
by
so,
myself.
I don't know if that's
like
how
like
people work, but
like Plankton stealing SpongeBob from Mr. Krabs.
yeah, a grill,
It was just a grill.
grill.
And that is kind of it for like it's we're in the story building
Yeah,
stage. Nothing sexy is gonna really happen.
Because what, we're
Um,
3 weeks away, right?
yeah, we're about 3 weeks away.
yeah, so we're not gonna get. I think too with Punk because he got hurt wrestling McIntyre last year around this
Yeah,
time.
so I don't think he's gonna. You're not
So
seeing him wrestle a whole lot.
he was doing the house shows.
Yeah,
He
Yeah, I
wrestled
saw a clip
Gunther.
from that.
Gunther slapped the tattoos off his fucking chest.
yeah.
Holy shit. So I wanted to talk about today really fast to kind of sum up this fiesta we're having, this Lucha Fiesta party. Uh, so they are now adding a what they call an immaculate immortal moments. In,
Immaculate.
the immaculate moments. They're sick as fuck. The sick as fuck moments. That's what they should call it. Um, and they're inducting matches now, so they're picking matches that are considered. I don't know if they're using Dave Meltzer's 5-star score or how that's
Oh,
working.
I
6 stars,
was
a
about to say maybe a 7 star,
star
maybe.
match. I don't know what qualifies.
Like currency, you have to figure out what the conversion rate is. But they have picked it is Stone Cold and Bret Hart in their WrestleMania 13.
Mm,
It has now been inducted as an immortal moment. Um, and it's fun. They're both going to be there.
yeah,
Will Bret look happy? I don't
no,
know. Bret just Bret will not be happy till Vince is dead. I
no,
think.
Brett. I don't even think that. I don't even think Brett really cares about. I don't think Brett has enough like left to hate anymore. I don't think he's got enough left in his hate.
He's tired and weathered. Um, but the question I posed for both us and for you guys listening, what is your immortal moment? What is the moment for you that you go, well, even that goes, okay, that should go in the Hall of Fame, so to speak. And I know David, like I mentioned, you're kind of newer to the game than me and Zach are, but is there
We can
like,
just get mine done. I've already,
yeah, is there a
you know,
match that maybe you
my
go like
my
not a bit,
small list,
yeah,
that I can go through. Uh, yeah, so I started last WrestleMania, and I would say the WrestleMania match
Oh yeah,
was a solid match, and I don't think it is going to go in anytime soon, but I think for sure it will go in. Um,
you
but
think
also
Cody
like,
Roman?
oof, yeah, but I've been going back and forth as would it be the Saturday or the Sunday match? And I think the Sunday probably because you get a lot of like the guest appearances or like big names that came in to like
hmm
help.
yeah.
So I don't know. And like Undertaker there, Rock. Did Cena pop in there?
Cena,
Yeah.
Yeah, he took out
Jimmy
Solo.
J, like it
yeah.
was there was a lot going on, and I would probably put that. It may not be there yet, but give it like 10 years, and I think people are going to put that. That's going to be a bookmark of like that's a great match.
That's
Great
fair.
match.
No, I like that. What about you, Zach?
It would be one of two for me. And I talk about this match all the time, but it's CM Punk versus John Cena. For it was during the feud John Cena had with The Rock. CM Punk was around. He was like, "No, I should wrestle for the WWE Championship, but not you, John." So it was a Monday Night Raw match, and the winner got to wrestle The Rock at WrestleMania. And John had lost to the previous WrestleMania. So this was his big road to redemption, right? Was he was going to come back and he lost to The Rock by his own hubris because he hit him he hit him with the "you can't see me," and then to rub it in The Rock's face, he went for the people's elbow. And
Uh,
when he bounced off the rope to come back, The Rock popped up and hit him with the rock bottom. And that's how John lost because he got really cocky. It was a big like he was training. There's that classic photo where he's sitting on the ramp while the pyro goes off for The Rock. So and then CM Punk shows up at the 11th hour, like, "No, I'm gonna steal your moment away." And this match on this random Monday night, oh, changed a young boy's life. They were just doing like John Cena pulled out a Hurricanrana. Never seen that before in my life.
um,
They did a pile driver, which was a banned move, but they were wrestling, and John just told Punk, he's like, pile drive me. Fuck it, what are they gonna do? They're not gonna suspend us. So literally, CM Punk pile drives John, which was crazy. My mom had to come in to tell me and my dad to stop yelling at the TV. She's like, "What are
Oops.
you guys doing?" And so that match has always stuck out to me. It was such a good match. I believe Meltzer gave it 5 stars, actually.
He
So
didn't give it 6.
he didn't give it six, but he gave
It
it
didn't get
five.
seven.
Ooh.
It should have got 7. I gave it 7 stars. It would either be that, or if I had to pick a different one, it'd actually be a relatively newer one, but a couple years ago at WrestleMania when Jimmy and Jay wrestled Owens and Sami Zayn. Um, that double kick out lives rent free in my brain.
Uh,
Where they had Sammy and Kevin piled on top of each other because I legit thought they lost. I thought, oh, that was fun. The dream is dead. And then they both kicked out, and I think we both jumped up, Daniel, if I recall correctly.
yes, I hit the good old the old man fist pump. Like yes.
Yes. So I think either one of those or special shout out to Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico. That was I think you put that in as like celebrity cultural touchstone match. But yeah, those would be my throwouts.
Well, you just literally stole both of my picks.
Oh, I'm
So,
sorry.
Hot damn, dude. Great minds thinking alike.
dude, that Sammy kick out, that Sammy Kevin kick out made me
Oh yeah,
believe that was Gandalf coming down the hill
yeah.
on the fifth day.
It's the
Daybreak.
that to me that moment was the epitome of wrestling and why it's fun.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
made you believe.
yeah. Made you believe.
So there's that one, and I was gonna say Bad Bunny as like a celebrity match. I think is probably the
That's
best
hilarious.
non.
Oh,
No,
it was so good.
it was, and it was definitely a match that shouldn't have been as good as it was.
No,
It had no business being that good, and there was something about because we had been kind of watching wrestling at that point, but that I think I had just missed WrestleMania. Was that I don't remember that was my first or
no.
second year watching it. My first time
I think
watching
it
it.
was your first year because I think the first we ever really watched together was the Royal Rumble. I think.
Yeah. And I think so. I think Backlash had so WrestleMania because that was the WrestleMania where Cody lost,
Yeah,
and I think the crowds were cool,
yeah,
but it wasn't as poppin'. And then we watched the Puerto Rico Backlash, and that crowd made me go, "Oh, this is different."
yeah.
When wrestling is on all gears, just like I'm sure David, how you felt when you watched your first like international crowd, and you're like, "Oh, these people fucking
They
like
know how to
hype."
party. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was when Bad Bunny came out. The TV was so fucking loud,
so good.
and it made me feel like okay, this isn't just wrestling. I'm watching something special happening.
Yeah,
Maybe it would be that one. And I think if I was to pick a third that I think will one day be one, this is a more recent one, and this is one me and Dave Meltzer agree on, is
Uh-oh.
Sammy versus Kevin.
yeah,
Um, the no holds barred, beating the shit out of each other at what was it, Elimination Chamber?
yeah. Great
Yeah,
fucking. Oh no,
Yeah, it
yes,
was Elimination
yeah,
Chamber.
Elimination
great
Chamber.
fucking man.
Just them, their friendship, them coming up from the indies, Chud wrestling, and like seeing them hit it and win it, and like finally just go at each other and like leave it all out there
Yeah,
kind of thing. It was cool. It was very anime.
yes.
This is it. This is the two like best friends fighting each other at the end of it, and you're like,
Mhm.
fuck yeah, like. But yeah, no, that one was good, and it did hardcore death. It did hardcore wrestling right.
Yeah, it really did actually.
That's what everybody who wrestles in the ballroom thinks that they look like when they're
When they're
when
in the
they're
VFW hall.
next to these random paintings somebody made. But yes, I do believe that is the bell. The match is over. We have done it. We have finished this episode of From the Outer Reaches. Thank you to my trio's partners for joining me on this fine day. Thank you all for listening. And of course, before we go, please be sure to after listening, please be sure to leave a comment, uh, uh, what immortal moment for you? What was the moment that you think deserves to be preserved in the Hall of Fame forever? And let us know and tell us yours, and hopefully you agree with ours a little bit, and give David some more literature to be reading, as we all do. And thank you, everybody. All right, that is it. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.